Dr. Lehman has written a lot about the power of your birth order. Are you a firstborn? Are you a lastborn? Are you a middle child? Are you the only child? Firstborns, ideally, even in terms of your career, in terms of your leadership, and in terms of your life characteristics, there are some unique things about your birth order that influences what you become, what kind of leadership or management or career goals and career decisions you make. Firstborns, we are told, are the family test case. They are like what I call the guinea pigs. Because when the two parents got them, they did not have any other experience as a parent. And therefore, it is like they are in the lab testing. So, and therefore, research has shown that firstborn become natural leaders. They are responsible, they are reliable, they are organized, they are achievement oriented, and sometimes they can be perfectionists. And because parents are anxious with the first timers, firstborns get more rules. They live in what you call the rule aware environment. They have very high expectations from the parent and they get a lot of adult attention. They tend to like adult company and they think in right and wrong terms. And as we continue, I want you to ask yourself and remind yourself which particular position are you born in the family. And they can be very critical. Firstborns are critical, they are also bossy. And we are told that out of the 21, the first 25 astronauts, 21 of them were firstborns. So how do you manage firstborns as a parent or even in the workplace? The first thing you do is that you loosen the leash. They have been used to very tight rules. So praise their effort, but also be strong on the results because they are fear driven. Two, delegate and trust. Give them leadership, remind them it is okay even if they make a mistake because they take themselves very seriously. Watch the critical eye. A critical parent, we are told, flips a meticulous firstborn into a slob. If you are a critical parent, you are a critical boss, and you're having a firstborn working for you, they may end up becoming a mess because they have given up. They are not able to keep up with your expectations. Therefore, encourage, don't nitpick. And also teach them to rest because they never rest. These are some of the people you find going and going. They schedule all their times. So firstborns, give them an opportunity to loosen the leash, delegate and trust, watch with a critical eye, and also teach them to rest. What about a middle child? What are some of the characteristics of middle children? We are told middle children are diplomats. They are known to be professional negotiators. They compromise. They avoid conflict. They are independent but very, very secretive and also unspoiled. Because first and last borns have all the unique positions and they get all the attention, middle children feel they must create their own lane. They are loyal, friends, and often have very many friends, and are the most likely to be very faithful marriage partners. Research has shown they are faithful marriage partners, but they are paradoxical, they are easygoing, yet very competitive, peacemakers, and yet rebels. How do you manage them as a parent or even as a boss or at your workplace? Have one-on-one time with them. They fear getting lost in the shuffle. Remember, they are not the firstborn. Remember, they are not the lastborn. Therefore, give them individualized time to build bonds. Don't compare them with the firstborn or their brother who is a firstborn or sister. Let them define themselves against the other siblings. Address their behavior, not rank in the family. Notice their wins, because sometimes they are not able to do self-promotion. Firstborns are able to self-promote. These ones are not able. So whenever you find they have achieved something, call out the achievement in public. And finally, use their diplomacy. Let them become the mediator in the family, in the workplace, because they are very great in team building roles. So allow them to become the mediators. Those are you. And tomorrow in the next video, we are going to look at what are some of the professions firstborns, lastborns, only born can be able to take up and drive very well. So what about the lastborn? The lastborns, we normally say, are the baby of the family. They are the youngest, and they are called family entertainers. Most of the lastborns become comedians. They are sociable, they are extroverted, they are fun-loving, they are charming, and risk-taking. Most of them become entrepreneurs. They develop humor and social intelligence to elevate themselves. However, the downside is that they can be manipulative and undisciplined, and they have the fear of catch-up because they are not able to become. We are told naturally and traditionally, most of the well-known global comedians, is this particular gentleman who has done Mrs. Doubtfire, William, and he passed away, somebody Williams. He was actually a lastborn. So majority of them are normally lastborns. Comedians, professional comedians that are known globally are normally lastborns. So how do you manage lastborns as a parent? Number one is that you give them responsibility. Let them not be babied. Assign them chores and deadlines because they can be a bit indisciplined, even at the workplace. Don't rescue them. Let them face the consequences and the challenges, because it has been known that their charm is able to get them out of trouble. Let them channel to the spotlight because they are able to charm their way. They are able to use their people skills in presentations. Therefore, let them handle client hosting and even PR opportunities. Teach them follow through, because they start many things and they are not very detail oriented. So put them on a short leash, on details, on discipline, and also on deadlines. What about the only child? How does the only child behave? The only child, you find that generally they mature very fast. They grow up very fast. And therefore, what happens is that you find they take up responsibilities and they are very disciplined. They are adults because they are the only ones at maybe age 7 or 8. They are mature, they are independent, they are creative, they are very intelligent, and they are comfortable with adults. However, because they have no sibling rivalry, they are unable to develop uh, conflict resolution skills. Otherwise, they struggle a lot with peer relationships, both in school, in the neighborhood, and they can be inflexible. And sometimes they want to carry all the family expectations. So, how do you manage a lastborn or the only child? No, how do you manage the only child as a parent or in the workplace? One, force them to have peer time. Let them get to identify friends in the neighborhood. Let them get into group projects because they really struggle in group projects, team sports, because they stretch them. They are not able to get into opportunities with other because they have never been brought up by other people, with other people. Teach them also conflict resolution skills, because with most siblings, they do not know how to fight or forgive. They may avoid confrontations or even go nuclear alone. So teach them to compromise, teach them how to do conflict resolution. Lower the pressure on them. Let them not feel that they have to carry the whole family name. Remind them they don't have to be perfect because they become adult very fast. They grow up very quickly. However, leverage on their focus. Give them some deep independent projects because they are able to excel. So, in the next video, we are going to look at what professions do each particular rank in the family find themselves comfortable pursuing and excelling. Remember, if this is your first time, just hit the subscription button so that you can continue creating and developing this particular community. God bless you.